One hope, one dream. When you win, everybody wins. When you win, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins.
Thank you. As we are about to start, we'll start with our national anthem, please. Could we stand? I'll be a co-host. I'm waiting for my another chairperson for tonight. My name is Brenda John, the Councillor for Enterprise South, Londonville North. So let's take in the national anthem of Trinidad and Tobago.
Forged from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer, we're boundless faith in our destiny. We solemnly declare, side by side we stand, highlands of the blue Caribbean Sea. This unmated land, we pledge our lives to thee. Hear every creed and praise find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Hear every creed and praise find an equal place, and may God bless all nations.
Almighty God, most beneficial and merciful, Creator of the universe and embodiment of divine wisdom and light, we come before you with thanksgiving and praise. May your will be done in our nation as it is in the heavens. Please bless our political leader, party officials, activists, and all the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Give us the grace to always see good, be good, and do good, and the courage to serve the people. Protect us as we stand against injustice and iniquity. and inspire our endeavors to find the right solutions to the problems that are affecting our fellow citizens. Grant that we may always work together with humility and respect for the greater happiness of all and the honor and glory of our country.
Thank you all so much and welcome. Welcome to our campaign meeting in MORUGA, TABLELAND. I'd just like to, on behalf of the political leader and all those who are here, the Honorable Kamala Bissassa SC, I'm honored and humbled to chair another meeting and welcome. It will be exciting. I know it have a lot in store with the strong speakers that are coming up. Sit back, relax, and don't forget to make noise. Our first speaker, our first dynamic speaker, is very young, handsome chap. He served in the parliament. Mr. Saddam Hussein is the current next MP for Barataria, Sawan. A brilliant young attorney with significant experience in civil law, Shadow Minister for Local Legal Affairs, Attorney General, a graduate of UWI, Caver Hill, graduate of Hugh Whittling Law School, where he graduated on the principal role of honor, winning the Justice Wendell Kangaroo Advocacies and Award. This powerful young speaker I have been admiring as a counselor from far and hope one day to be just like him. Let's welcome our next MP, Saddam Hussein.
Everybody, when UNC win, everybody win. Everybody's a winner. When UNC win, Trinidad win. For UNC, everybody wins. Everybody wins.
Good night, UNC family. For a minute there, I did not know Brenda was going to introduce me with that, with those words, you know. Good night to the next Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Kamala Bissassa. And thank you, Michelle Benjamin, the next MP for MORUGA TABLELAND, for having us here, for hosting the United National Congress here in MORUGA TABLELAND. Tonight, I have good news. The PNM has conceded this election. They are waving a white flag saying that they have been defeated. My brothers and sisters, we have solid evidence that what the PNM is doing right now is they are raiding the treasury. This is their last grab. This weekend will be their last grab to take monies away from the taxpayers into their own pockets. On Monday, when we win the general election, we will investigate every single thing that they have done on the eve of a general election. Tonight, I will give you a few matters with respect to what they are doing with the national purse and the treasury. You see, they're spending a lot of time in San Fernando West. You want to know why? Because they're in plenty trouble. Dr. Daulat is going to beat Faris going and coming in San Fernando West. So this week they decided to cut a ribbon for the NIB building. You all saw that? They opened a new NIB building in San Fernando. You see that? Look, I have the deed in my hand here. I find the deed. Do you know how much they paid for that building? The NIB paid $42 million for that building. So when you go to the NIS, when you turn 60 and you cannot get your pension, they have spent $42 million on that building. You understand what is happening here? Do you understand what is happening here, Trinidad and Tobago? When I walk my constituency, people who are age 65, 66, 67 are still awaiting on their pension from the NIB. They are still awaiting, but they find $42 million to buy a building and then have the goal to ask the UNC where we will get the money to run this country. We will find the money and we will take care of everybody, because when the UNC wins, everybody wins. Everybody wins. I need to tell you about the RDC. A few weeks ago, I had a press conference and I had to expose what was taking place at the RDC. And I happened to touch a very sensitive nerve on a retiree called Keith Rowley. The man gets sensitive because I call up a friend named Bix. Y'all know who's Bix? Bikram Ramnarain. He come in the Kwezi after retirement and he says Saddam Hussein should go to hell. Tonight I want to tell Dr. Rowley, I am not giving you company where you going. Don't ask the company. You could carry Stuart Young with you, but don't carry me with you. Tonight I have more information on the RDC. I have more information because you have to know what is taking place in this country with your money. There is a piece of road called the Edinburgh-Cassenfield Road, Edinburgh Road and Cassenfield. Under the procurement law, you have to invite several contractors to tender for a particular project, and who has the most competitive bid, meaning more value for money, then you will select that person as the preferred contractor. But if there's an emergency, you can justify it by saying we will select one contractor because the work has to get done immediately. I am being informed and advised, and I'm asking the question whether it is true. That particular road that was tendered as an emergency works. Today, motorcar, truck can drive on that road. There's no emergency to fix the road. But what they did is they classify it as an emergency. Why? Sole select. You understand? I have a letter in my hand here, and I'm informed that works were done in the road just in February this year. A letter dated the 9th of April 2025 from the RDC to one Kusal Construction Company Limited to fix the road for $2.8 million. Sole select. Sole select. I am asking whether or not this is true. This is where your money going. And the same fella they call Bikram Ramnarain, who have 3 or 4 companies with the RDC and they make us $70 million worth of contracts, Rowley partner. You know, he have a, you know, they opened a gas station in Mayaro recently. You all remember that? You want to know who is the owner of that gas station? A company called New Mayaro Limited. You want to know who is the directors of that company? One, Bikram Ramnarain and Siam Ramnarain. Rowley friend, how he get a contract? How he get the gas station? These are questions that we have to ask. How it is that these fellas getting the contract? But Rowley like it. He is the most innocent man in the world. He commits no sin. But tonight I want to tell Rowley, stay in retirement and shut your mouth. Stay in retirement. On this side, when the political leader of this party done talk, meeting done. On that side, when the when the prime minister done talking the PNM, Rowley just come and talk after. They have to prop up Stuart Young. He's a weak leader. So when Stuart Young go to international conference, you carry Rowley with him. He will never see the office of the prime minister again because Kamala Persad-Bissessar will be sworn in as the next prime minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Tonight, again in RDC. In RDC, you want to know what is happening in San Fernando West? I'll tell you. Faris Al-Rawi, his constituency chairman, his name is Alvin Mohammed. His campaign manager is a fellow called Terence Bipat, and his cousin is called Priya Sukaran Singh. Do you know all 3 individuals are related to companies that have received contracts under the RDC? All of them, you know. Campaign manager, constituency chairman, cousin, get contract, you know. Alvin Mohammed is associated with a company called Zorina Maintenance and Landscaping. They have received 8 contracts between the 13th of May 2022 to the 9th of August 2023 in the sum of $9.5 million. $9.5 million. And almost every one of those contracts were in San Fernando West. The person in the constituency, this person is the chairman of the constituency, and I call on the RDC whether or not this company called Zorina has pre-qualification with the RDC. The next one, Terence Bipat, the campaign manager. He is the owner of a company called IESL. They have received 2 contracts between the period 24th of May 2022 to the 28th of June 2023 in the sum of $1.38 million, coming just below the engineer's estimate, roughly about $112,000 under the estimate of the engineer. I am told, I don't know if this is true, that I'm asking tonight is Mr. Terence Bipat, a member of the famous party group number 38 in San Fernando West. That is a big boy party group, you know. So while RDC is supposed to be giving contracts to the small fellas in the village, in the communities, you understand what is happening? Big contract sharing out to friend, family, campaign manager, constituency office chairman. The Mitco, a next company controlled by one Priya Sukaran Singh, who I'm told is a cousin of Faris Al-Rawi, who has received a contract of $428,000. How she get this contract? And Faris was the minister. I ask him, this is where your money is going. Then I have 2 other documents here. I don't know if they'll give me enough time. I have 2 minutes, and I can't finish it in 2 minutes. But this will come at another date. Whether or not they are contractors at the RDC, because I have it in black and white, and I want them to come out tomorrow and deny it, because I have the black and white evidence in my hand here, and I will expose them for what they are. Companies getting contract under the RDC, they are not submitting income tax clearance, VAT clearance, NIS clearance, client references, insurance, and they are getting contracts. Companies that are not giving these documents are getting it. I want to ask whether or not Bikram, daughter-in-law, one Stephanie, who is in charge of Noah Distribution Limited, a company, according to the company's document, was set up for restaurant business, building box drain in Sanssouci and building basketball court in Aruca. Imagine that, a restaurant company building basketball. Where you sharing there? KFC? Kentucky? They building box drain in Sanssouci where you have curbside pickup. This is where the country has gone, and we must expose all of this, because these are serious matters that we must bring to your attention. My brothers and sisters, I have more evidence in my hand. I have several pieces of evidence here to share with you where they are using the reforestation program. They had 80 new groups on the eve of the general election with 30 persons per group, and they are putting them in marginal constituencies because nobody wants to work with them, so they are paying people to work with them with taxpayers' money. That is what they are doing. That is what the PNM is doing. Are you going to allow this? Will you come out in your numbers on Monday, 28th of April? Dr. Munilal will tell you that they have borrowed $500 million on the eve of the general election to pave road under the Ministry of Works and Transport. Today, they have opened a piece of a highway, and I have the cabinet document where in April this year, they have now put out notices or given the authorization to acquire the land for the highway. They are moving backwards. They are doing like when you bid, and then after you bid, they're now looking for the towel. You're supposed to sort out the land issues first, but these are just a few of the issues, my brothers and sisters. Tonight, I want to tell you, on April 28th, Barataria San Juan coming home to the UNC. MORUGA TABLELAND coming home to the UNC. San Fernando West coming home to the UNC. And the government of Trinidad and Tobago is coming home to the UNC, because when UNC wins, I thank you, my brothers and sisters. I thank you.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. Everybody's a winner. When UNC wins, Trinidad wins. For UNC, everybody wins.
UNC family, good evening. I bring you greetings from Aruca Lopino, I bring you greetings from Laokata, Talparo. I bring you greetings from Port of Spain, including Diego Martin. And I bring you greetings today from Barrackport, Tableland, and Moruga, where the UNC is winning by a mile. Tonight, I don't talk about the PNM. The PNM dead. I come here to tell all you what Kamala Prasad Bisesa and the UNC shall do as she forms her cabinet on the 29th of April 2025 to rescue this country. Kamala Prasad shall be the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago simply because she deserves it. It is chalk and cheese. Kamala cares for you. Kamala cares for the people. Kamala has been a Prime Minister for the people and will be a Prime Minister for the people again. We reject the government of the PNM, the government of recusal, the government of corruption, the government of nepotism and arrogance. We say when UNC wins, and the woman who's going to bring home a seat, she's going to beat them bad. She beat them once already, but she likes steel pan. She's going to beat them like a second pan. This lady has worked for her people. She loves her people. She is the MP and the next MP for Moruga Tableland. Welcome, Michelle Benjamin.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. Everybody's a winner. When UNC wins, Trinidad wins. UNC, everybody wins.
Moruga Tableland! Moruga Tableland, let me hear you. Moruga is UNC. Right. You see when Moruga in the house is rhythm. Good night again, Moruga Tableland. I want to get the pleasantries out of the way. Good night to my honorable political leader and the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. My UNC family. Moruga Tableland activists, all my PD leaders. We winning on the 28th. I come here tonight to tell you, freedom is coming on the 28th. Trinidad and Tobago, freedom is coming. We have prayed for this. We have worked for this. It is time for PNM to go. It has been 10 years of suffering, and we're still waiting for this government to do something. Because what PNM has done, nothing. PNM has done what? Nothing. You want to believe these people campaigning and saying when they get there, they go do? PNM has done what? Nothing. Tonight, I stand before you, not to talk about PNM, but I want to tell you what a UNC government is going to do for Moruga Tableland when you elect Michelle Benjamin again. Tonight, we say enough is enough. I have shown you what representation. As an opposition, we fought. We fought for you. And now, as your soon-to-be elected member of parliament again underneath a UNC government, do you know what it is to have a UNC government? When UNC wins, everybody wins. As your elected member of parliament, I will address the issues that we have in the agricultural sector in MORUGA Tableland. You know why I come to talk business tonight? Because these PNM in MORUGA Tableland, they're promising the sky, the moon. You had 10 years and you gave us nothing. But I'm going to show you what UNC is going to do. We're going to resolve all the tenure issues. Under the education and youth empowerment sector, we are going to upgrade the MORUGA Secondary School. And it has something I want to say here tonight, but I'll leave that for tomorrow. Wait for it. MORUGA Composite, you're going to be a top-tier educational institution underneath the UNC government. When you make news, it will be for the right reasons. We will reintroduce. My youths are crying out for hype and NESC, and it will be brought back into MORUGA Tableland. We will refurbish Cohen Hamilton Secondary School. We are going to launch a level foundation education program in MORUGA Tableland. I come here to talk because I have walked, and this is what you said you want. Under health and social welfare and security, we're going to build a fire station. You know Heinz come in MORUGA to say them going and build a fire station yesterday. Heinz going down in Marak to promise a fire station. Heinz, are you for real? 10 years? 10 years? We're going to refurbish all our health facilities, and we're going to build one in Tableland. Our health centers will be refurbished. Under crime and safety, we demand and we're going to deliver an increased police presence to tackle crime and drug trafficking in MORUGA Tableland. We're going to upgrade the St. Mary's Police Force. This is what the constituents want, and the UNC will deliver. Water for all is what the UNC will deliver to MORUGA Tableland. WASA has failed MORUGA Tableland under this PNM administration, but we will deliver potable water for all our communities. Tourism, after the 28th, a government led by Kamla Prasad Bisesa will deliver. Our tourism and culture sector, MORUGA Tableland, this government has ignored. The UNC will promote our tourism sector. Our growth plan under the UNC is to bring permanent jobs into the constituency. I heard my colleague, Saddam Hussein, spoke about what this PNM is doing. PNM government is bringing short-term contracts to win votes. They are giving CPEP and URB contracts in a week before a general election. But they could give what they want. They could do what they want. Tell them, I don't want to use the term, but you know what this means. Book on the 28th. I said book. They could give out what contract they want. These people build a whole campaign on ban talking the UNC. You swear we were in government. You swear we were in government for the last 10 years. When I heard them on a podium, you swear Misha was a government minister, you know. I was supposed to pave roads. I was supposed to build schools. But I will pave roads. And I will build schools under a UNC-led government. I am listening to these PNM campaign. Well, Michelle could have do that for you, but she didn't do it. We go do it. Somebody tell these people that was in power for 10 years and Michelle was an opposition member of parliament. How come Michelle have water here? How come Michelle do this? How come Michelle do that? Tell these people we were in opposition. But tell them that we are government. Come the 29th of April, midnight, we are a government. Michelle promised all her jobs last election. Michelle didn't deliver. I want to make it song here. Michelle coming with jobs in MORUGA TABLELAND. Michelle is going to deliver jobs to MORUGA TABLELAND and permanent jobs, not URP and CPEP, while it is needed as social network and it is needed as a social net for persons. I am coming to bring betterment for the young people of MORUGA TABLELAND. So when I campaign, they have a slogan, we all in. All into what? Make we suffer? All into what? They have made us suffer, so they are combining forces for us to continue suffer for the next 5 years. We say enough is enough, and no, but I could tell you, UNC, we are all in. We are all in to remove this wicked PNM government. That is what we are all in. Trinidad and Tobago will put hands together, fingers together to remove this wicked government. That is what we are all in to do. MORUGA TABLELAND, we are all in to do that. Remove this PNM government. TABLELAND, I am coming to deliver to you. Barako, everything that you have requested will be delivered. Madingo and Indian Walk, we're coming to stabilize all the landscapes, fix every issues that was raised, and build state-of-the-art facilities, recreation facilities for our youths. I am coming to bring a brighter day to my constituents. I came here tonight to tell you by community what I am going to do. But firstly, I want to talk about leadership. Because I see people following this thing they call Stuart, and I say a thing. Now I want to talk about leadership. Let me tell you something about Kamla Prasad Bisesa, our political leader, and soon to be next Prime Minister. You see, leadership isn't about barking orders or appearing for press conference when the pressure mounts. It is about showing up. Kamla shows up. It's about listening. Kamla listens. It is about caring. Kamla leads with a caring heart. Kamla walks into a community and she doesn't ask, where's the camera? When Kamla comes to MORUGA TABLELAND, she's coming tonight, she calls, Mish, what issues? How I could help? What I could bring? That is Kamla. Whether it is visiting flood victims, advocating for school children, fighting for pensioners, nurses and doctors, Kamla puts people first. UNC puts people first. She is the only leader in this country who has built a cabinet and is building a cabinet, just now we're forming government that reflects the people of Trinidad and Tobago, women, young people, the youth, rural voices. There is a voice that represents every sector of Trinidad and Tobago. When you see our slate, you see yourself. We are coming to represent you. Elect us on the 28th. And remember, when UNC wins, everybody wins. With Kamla, it is not about power. It is about service. And that is why under a leadership, the UNC remains the only government that will bring Trinidad and Tobago and MORUGA TABLELAND to where it needs to be. My friends, we are not asking for handouts. We are not asking for give me. We are asking for fairness, investment, and our dignity. The PNM It is your time to go. You have taken away the dignity of Trinidad and Tobago, and they have used it to enrich themselves while many suffer. But when UNC wins, every single mother wins, every farmer wins, every youth wins a job, grandmother, grandparents, grandchildren wins, because our party serves you. I am telling you, elect us. We are coming to serve. I thank you.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry. I told you all a fib. I didn't tell the truth just now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome, Governor President. Welcome, the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Kamala Bassard Victor. As we move right along, the UNC, we have so much firepower, we don't waste time, we don't stick. But I must say, I told you all I wasn't really going to talk about the PNM. Unfortunately, something just came hot off the press. And I can't leave it alone because it's so dotish, I have to let you all know. I tell Stuarty, keep talking because Stuarty doing better than me. Stuarty advertising for UNC and Kamala every time he open his mouth. People want to know where he come out from, how somebody could be so dotish and know nothing about government after being there 9.5 years. Well, I now get a report that Stuart Young, the selected undemocratic, illegitimate Prime Minister until Monday, in St. James, you know, PNM has have a women's meeting or something, so he was pretending that he like woman and he know about woman and he interested in woman and thing. And he said, Stuart Young, the PNM selected Prime Minister said, and I quote, that his new government, the new chapter, will provide better protection for intimate and non-intimate partners. When all you work out that one, help me. That man going and protect intimate and non-intimate partners. All you vote for Brain, vote Kamala, vote UNC, vote a cracky vote. Forget this damn shit, people. And as I say, vote Brain. Kamala Persad-Bissessar has brought together the entire nation. Every race, every religion, every ethnicity, every income bracket. Kamala Persad-Bissessar has unified this country like never before. And she has shown respect to labor and coming here to represent labor. We had SWWTU. We had PSA, we had NUGFW, we have all the labor, everybody working, people sweeping, saying, boy, Douglas, yellow is the code, yellow is the code, yellow is the code. And the number one supporter of Kamala, when she brings back the refinery and brings back the energy sector, the President General of the OWTU, please welcome Ansel Roche.
Everybody wins when UNC wins. Trinbago wins, Trinbago, everybody wins.
Thank you very much, Comrade Chairman Anil. Let me say a pleasant good evening and let me immediately recognize, I was paying attention to the euphoria and the energy when the next Prime Minister entered the hall just a while ago. I just want to say to the Honorable of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, get yourself ready to swear in the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago on Tuesday, on the 29th, because we saw. Now, I just want to say to you before I say anything else, and with the limited time I have here at the podium, that we just came from Point 14 and La Brea. And so we have two candidates in Point 14 and Clyde Elder in La Brea. And those two seats that they would have considered to be safe seats, they are no longer safe seats. They are no longer safe seats. If there's anything safe about those two seats will be safely in the hands of the United National Congress Common. But tonight, I want to respond to a lady who believes that everybody who looks like her should be supporting the PNM and be PNM till the dead. But I want to say, first of all, that not everybody who look like you are for you, Take that into your thoughts. And that somewhere last night, this morning, I don't really listen to them, but I was inundated with calls saying, Camille talk about you. Camille say something about you and COVID. And I'm saying tonight that, they would have been better off making the country forget about COVID. But to put labor inside of COVID, I want to remind Trinidad and Tobago some things about how they dealt with COVID. I want to remind Camille how she, Rowley, and Stuart Young dealt with COVID. And so, you remember Trinidad and Tobago, you recall something called mandatory vaccination, and that they were saying, if you did not take a vaccine, Camille, Rowley, and Stuart Young, if you did not take vaccine, you would have no jobs. That is their response to COVID. And that after some 5,000 plus deaths, which they mishandled, you had to fend for yourself. And it takes all of the social movements and the trade union and the help of the United National Congress to push them back with the mandatory vaccination they wanted to impose on the country. They even wanted to make it mandatory for your children. Don't forget that. Never forget that. So when she talk about COVID and some foolishness about how Roger don't give out hampers, well, let me just say tonight for the records, with the limited resource that the union has, in spite of their trying to kill the union, we don't give out hampers, we give out scholarships to needy people in Trinidad and Tobago. The people who they deny and remove the laptops, we help them with the limited resources. But you know, we had said, and we maintain that we will be able to help significant numbers of persons when we reopen that refinery in Point-a-Pied and provide jobs for the people in this country. So, mandatory vaccination. They even went so far, check this, they even went so far to remove the president of the industrial court, just because the president of the industrial court was doing what? The president of the court was being fair, not for workers, or biased for employers, but she was taking a fair position. PNM know nothing about fairness. They don't know anything about fairness. So they removed the president as they weaponized court. I want to clear up some things here tonight for the mischief that is being made by them. You see, they are saying that the 10%, which we publicly continues to announce, that is our starting point in negotiations. We don't know where to end, but that is the starting point. They are making the mischief by saying, no, only following UNC for just 1% more. We give 4 plus 5, so that is 9. And they're talking 10, so only just following them for 1% more. That doesn't make no sense. I want to clear up that tonight and say that, you see, the unfair, unjust, wicked 4%, 2 by 2, with no consolidation of COLA, for that period, for all of the unions who stood up in defense of a fair wage for their members, who stuck it out, and who solicited and got the assistance and commitment of the UNC, those unions who did not get the 4% will be the recipient of 10, starting at 10% in the negotiations under United National Congress government. So it is not no foolishness, don't get tired up with that. We started at 10% in negotiations for those who stood up for their members. And I want to say something about standing up for your members here. Our union, and the union that takes the position that we have taken, we will do anything necessary to bring about good representation for our members. Camille, I want you to hear that. We will do it to the extent, even if we have to remove a wicked PNM government and put a UNC government in place, we will do that to make sure our members get good representation. And that is going to happen. You see the desperation setting in. And as the desperation set in, it's all kind of foolishness they're talking. But people, let's keep our eyes on the prize. Keep our eyes on the prize. Keep focused. Let me just mention, I want to speak specifically to labor legislation in the workers' agenda. We have had for over 2 years, this is not hodgepodge, this is not like how they paving road last week for election this week. For over 2 years, we were discussing the issue of the workers' agenda, which has to do with labor legislation. I want to say to Stuart Young and Camille that you all brought some 500 pieces of legislation to the parliament over the 10 years. Not one of those pieces of legislation represented workers here or anything to do with workers. Although we would have had the discussions ready to implement, not one piece of labor legislation. Ask them that when they come, when they talk their foolishness. How are you defending workers when you did not bring one piece of labor legislation? But here's what is going to happen. TNTech workers, I want to say to you tonight, you see that 000 they give you for the period that we had to appeal? That period where everybody gets assigned for 4%, your negotiation is going to, like every right-thinking union, is going to start at 10% for that period, TNTech workers. Job evaluation for the postal workers. Implementation of the 9% for the NIB workers. 12% for all of those things were agreed upon already for the port workers. And finally, let me just say, don't forget, don't ever forget in your wildest dreams what these people would have done to you. And as I said before, if it's one group of for the atrocity that was done on them, it has to be the petroleum workers. Remember how they take away your medical plan while Rowley fly outside to Miami to get the best medical. Remember how they put your pension in jeopardy. And also, remember how some of you almost lose your houses. Don't forget that. As the clock wind down, you remain in seconds. Tick tock, tick tock. Not social media, you know. That's the time running out on them. Tick tock, as the time run out on them. I want to say that evil has a shelf life. Evil destroys itself. Evil must come to an end. Trinidad and Tobago will be rid of the evil of the PNM on the 28th of April next week. And when a breath of fresh air comes in and we swear in the new government of the United National Congress with a new Prime Minister, good will reverse evil, and all of us will be able to stand and say, when UNC wins, everybody will win. Thank you.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins.
MORUGA, TABLELAND, listen, when everybody wins, when UNC family wins, everybody wins, every single one of us. I must mention something. Even the PNM person will win as well. Some of the business persons that I know personally met me, I will not mention name. They said under the UNC government, they were seeing their way much better. And look what's coming to happen. We only seeing yellow is the code. So I'm telling them, every single one of them, come out on the 28th and support and vote. Every single one. Mr. Stuart Young, our Prime Minister, as they said, is treating Trinidad and Tobago like a divorced woman. He is putting and saying everything in your ears that you want to hear. Where the $1 million for the divers, them that was perished. They said they're offering them and giving the family $1 million. Where it is? We have pothole. Is it in a pothole right now? Where it is? Listen, do not believe all the lies they are telling you all. I have much more to say with that opening of the community center in Enterprise on Wednesday, which was yesterday. I attended the community center. Miss Vandana Mohit, lobby in Parliament for that community center to open, and they never sent an invite for our MP. So much disrespect, but you know what? As the Councillor for Enterprise, I go and I come as I please. I cover Enterprise, I cover Londonville, and I will be in the face until April 28th. We're going to vote them out. Enterprise is behind the UNC, and this is what we're going to do come Monday the 28th. Yellow is the code in Enterprise. They are paving the road right now in Johnson Street. Richie Paving Road. 9 years, one road didn't pave. I came the first year and paved by the street. Mr. Rowley family living Enterprise. And they came personally and thanked me. So let him go for them because it's on Facebook thanking me. Now after 9 years, they want to come and pave a road. This is how a divorced woman feels after. This is all lies. So I'm here to welcome and next John, but Coach JJ, fireborn, mouth hot, they can't stop her. A woman who knows about money, we might get $1 million for the family. Business person from Tobago, Miss Jolene John. We welcome her on stage once more.
Baby, man, say come. Oh, see, I call you must come. Leave a lesson and come. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come. Hurry up and come, cause Babylon. Hurry up and come, hurry up and come, hurry up and come, cause Babylon. I hope it's not in Babylon.
Good night. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening to the incoming Prime Minister, Mrs. Kamala Prasad, Mrs. of Senior Council, and Dr. Gregory Bissett. Fellow candidates, activists, supporters, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of Trinidad and Tobago locked on to the various media, Hoover North, the rock upon which the UNC is built. Thank you. Thank you so much for your support, for your love, for your welcome. Rest assured, the UNC is a party for all. And after April 28th, God's willing, will ultimately form the next government. Because when UNC wins, Hoover North will win. Laventille will win. MORUGA will win. MORUGA TABLELAND will win. The reason we are here is that you know it to be true that our general election tagline, when UNC wins, everybody wins, is not mere words. It is our firm commitment to you and coming and being signed off by our leader, Kamala Prasad Bissessa. That is actually a love letter to Trinidad and Tobago. Citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, because after 10 years of bullying, you need to reclaim your sanity, your optimism, your freedom. And I'm just hearing Anil Roberts saying Stuart Young said he's going to protect what non-intimate partners. Now, he sounds flabbergasted, but I don't know what you expect from a man who behind his back, they call him Small Pin, but he go now and sign off on a political act called All In. You understand? So I don't know what you expect. So you need to be reassured that KPB, Kamala Prasad, Mr. Sandy, UNC, does not view your children as hyenas from the African jungle. We are different. On the ground, though, people are very worried about the outcome of the general elections, which will be held in a few days. People are telling me, Ms. John, we are worried. You're looking really good. I mean, you will be surprised that the people are texting and saying this campaign is fantastic. I'm sure they are telling you that. But they say, I'm scared. I'm not sleeping well. Others even say they're taking antacid. They say they're so nervous. But what we have to do, people, you can do something. You must do something. You have to make this election too big for them to rig. You have to make this election too big for them to rig UNC. Because just as I was coming in here, CNC sent me 2 questions. They asked my response. And I'll respond now. They say, Rohan say, we are complaining about the EBC because we frightened. And 2 was some other foolishness. I can't remember now. However, I want to know what he wants us to do when in 2015, there's a sitting prime minister and a government in office, and they had no clue that the EBC had kept the polls open for 1 extra hour. The polls are from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., but the polls in 2015 closed when? 7 p.m. And I don't want to be accused of contempt of court, but in effect, what they say, man, what they do was wrong, but the outcome right. And all you have to take that and cool it. And in 2020, I think, there was an election with the THA. The outcome was 6 for the PNM and 6 for the opponents. What do you expect? Rowley, as a big brother, should have said, come, let's work this out together. Because that's what the voice of the people are saying. He finds himself in the parliament in February of 2021 to do what? To move it from 12 seats, electoral districts, to 15, with no basis in the constitution or the law. And the EBC stood by and just looked on. And they want us now not to believe, or to believe that them free and fair. We have to be nervous. We have to jump at everything they do. And it's up to you, the people, you our people, to keep this thing clean. Because, I mean, yellow is the code. But on the road, the word is, we fed up and we want change. And you must get that change. You must get that change come the 28th. Because Rohan has motivation for staying in power. He's a self-described honest Indian. And I'm sure before he went into government, he didn't know how much $100 is for a carry box. Is you tell us. That is not slander. He said that he knows how much money is for a carry box. So that is their business. They are motivated not to move from there. You just heard Saddam talk about some minister who fattening in nest even more. And then they come down here and they want to give you hampers and they want to give you CPEP. So it's nothing for you. There's a minister who toy is a boat. There's one who bought 2 Maybach. You even know where Maybach is. You know where Maybach is? Mohammed bin Salman, the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, that is his favorite car. So you know you have to be real rich to get that. We have those in Trinidad. A minister for the PNMA buy 1 during his term, he bought 2. And they want to tell us not to be scared. They are highly motivated to stay there. And we have to make sure that the people must come out and ensure that this election is too big to rig. Too big to rig. So we have to do something. We must do something. Madam Leader of the Opposition, soon to be Prime Minister. They could say what they want. They could do what they want. On the 28th of April, 2025, the people are going to go out and vote overwhelmingly for the United National Congress. They want change. They want change. The young people, many times we accuse the young people of apathy, but they are in this fight. They are saying we too are fighting for change because it cannot be that the only opportunity open for us is the guns. There must be more than that. They now are afraid to lose their lives. And we are saying a UNC government will make being skilled, educated, and employed more rewarding than being feared. And we will give every young person a chance to belong, to contribute, and to lead. And down here, we know the challenges. And our dear sister Michelle would have told us about some of it. But this is a community with a lot of natural riches that should have been doing a lot better. And when Michelle Benjamin is voted in again on the 28th, but she comes in with power, the power for government, we will see change across the length and breadth of MORUGA TABLELAND. Because UN people, you don't ask so much. You don't ask so much. For the last 3 or 4 years, I've been coming here with the honorary leader for the Spiritual Baptist Shouter Baptist Day. And when you see the people of MORUGA TABLELAND are people of faith, whichever the religion, because they are very diverse people, you know, and we know when these Baptists, particularly from MORUGA, they don't come and say, nobody know the trouble I see. You know that, Sister Michelle, they don't bring their hands. They go in all their troubles. On Monday, the mothers sometimes don't know how the children going to school, for the open school. They don't know how they're going to eat. But what do? They go and they kneel down and they say, you don't know what Emmanuel has done for me. It's a wonderful people and they deserve better. So when Chocham came down here with his new contract, somehow it was void of any opportunity for the people of MORUGA TABLELAND. And tonight I'm telling you, don't take God out of your thoughts and go and vote for Miss Haushinem. Do not take God out of your thoughts and go and vote for Miss Haushinem. Michelle is the person who will fight for you. I saw her heart broken and the anger when they murdered Anita Diaz, 5 years old in her mother's arm. Whoever feel more safe than in her mother's arm, but they killed her right here in this supposedly peaceful MORUGA TABLELAND. So I say to you tonight, I come to you this evening to say, however difficult the moment, however frustrating the hour, it will not be long. How long? 3 more days. UNC, are you asleep? How long? Don't let your eye close. Stay up and keep watch Because you have to make this election too big to rig. They have motivation to stay in office, and you must have a motivation to go in and change Trinidad and Tobago for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, because nobody manages this economy like a government of the United National Congress. They could say what they want. They could say what they want. They could do what they want. It is the truth. So Trinidad and Tobago, we can do this. UNC, we can do this. Call your friend. Take the day off. Form a polling. Make sure you become a driver for change. You become a polling agent for change. You become a street captain for change. An area manager for change. Go out and ensure everybody will vote. Because as I told the radio announcer this morning, an interviewer, I said we are not coming under the red or the yellow. We are coming under the red, white, and black. And we know that when they see the yellow, it would represent their dreams and aspirations and the promise of all that Trinidad and Tobago could be. So vote, out and vote. So keep your feet on the ground. Because I remember when we were looking around and we were saying, this one not supporting us, that big papi not supporting us, the other big papi not supporting us. 10 years we have seen them. What did I say? I said the ground will carry us. And today I found the 99%, the ground is carrying us to a great victory. Let's keep our feet on the ground, because the ground will carry us to a great victory. Keep hope alive. UNC, let's go and win this election. Thank you.
As I see the amalgamation of people who have joined with Kamla Prasad Bisesa, as I see the disparate groups, my heart is full of love and care and pride in my country. But we must never forget how this came about. This unity, this rainbow, this beautiful energy that you're seeing assembled under Kamla Prasad Bisesa and the UNC. It didn't happen just so. When they came at Kamla defended herself. When they came at Labour, Kamla defended Labour. When they came to take your fuel subsidy, Kamla defended you. When they came to take your food grants, Kamla defended you. When they attacked single mothers and they attacked the Kamla defended you. When they attacked the entire country, Kamla was there for all of you. And on April 28th, all of us stand with Kamla Prasad Bisesa, the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. And understand this, I play sports since I was 4 years old, and I am a team player. I love team play, and when I see a team growing, I feel proud. And let me tell Stuarty and Rowley something. If you touch the PSA president, if you open your mouth on her again, you will get a wetting from the Douglas like you never get, because that is we, sister. So take my advice, Stuarty. Take my advice, Stuarty. Leave she alone. Leave the PSA president, Mr. Thomas, alone, because I have plenty things for you. But not tonight. Another member coming up here on the team of soldiers fighting for you, the people, is a man who has been fighting with the UNC since he was a young boy, a teenager. A very intelligent man, a man who has more degree than I could count. Camille can't add up all the degree that this man had. He's a man who loves labor, a man of the people, a man from Orapooch East. Please welcome the lion, Rudolph.
When you see wins, everybody wins. When you see wins, everybody wins. thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the warm welcome. Our brother Anil Roberts, the political leader of the United National Congress, the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa, the next Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Comrade President General Ansel Roger, candidates in our midst, members of our UNC family, assembled here in your thousands in Barrackpore, MORUGA, TABLELAND, those viewing and listening on the various social media platforms, I imagine those numbers have grown by the thousands as this meeting progressed. Let's have a roar for the social media. My brothers and sisters, thank you, my brothers and sisters, as our campaign builds momentum, as we build the tempo, as we build the heat, we are now on the verge of a historic victory on April 28th. It was 2 nights ago that international soca monarch champion Iowa George reminded us that the people want, my brothers and sisters, today, West Indies legend, international cricketer par excellence, Dwayne Bravo, has now endorsed the United National Congress, and Kamla Prasad Bisesa. My brothers and sisters, the writing is on the wall. The PNM will fall. The writing is on the wall. The PNM will fall. But they cannot see it because I think they thief the wall too. Brothers and sisters, tonight, I want to tell you that they are desperate. They are desperate, and they are coming now with lies, mischief, propaganda, because they have nothing to show. They have no achievement. They have no record of performance. So it is lies. It is desperation. It is hate. That is what they are coming to. Brothers and sisters, do not accept it. You have at this historic moment to remember the last 10 years. Tonight, I tell you, tell Stuart Young, we do not want any new chapter. We want to close that book. We want to close the book. It has been a book of horror. The pipeline workers, the crime, the home invasion, the rape, the murder, the poverty, the removal of laptops, the failure to open schools, the failure to open the Coover Children's Hospital. You must remember that now, and don't fall for their lies and their half-baked promises. Stuart Young talking as if he's the opposition leader, as if he was not in government for 10 years. Why did you not do it in the last 10 years? You're coming now to promise healthcare, youth advancement, all sort of rubbish he's speaking now, while for 10 years he was a prominent senior government minister with the air of the prime minister, and he couldn't do it. You see, brothers and sisters, you must remember the flooding in these areas. They could not even save you from water. They could not save you from a mosquito. You had dengue. And today they want to promise the sky and the moon, but we say none of it. The latest lie that came to my attention today, they have some fake intellectuals, pseudo-intellectuals as some of them are called, peddling a particular lie. They are saying in their posts and so on social media, I think one Gregory Maguire, whoever he is, I don't know him, he's saying, and others too, I believe, the UNC made, what did he say here? I'm just reading it now off my phone. The UNC made zero deposit to the Heritage and Stabilization Fund from 2010 to 2015. You hear lie? You hear lie? I have in my hand the records of the Heritage Stabilization Fund. It's called portfolio valuations in US dollars, but I'll tell you in TT dollars too. When we came into power in 2010, brothers, hear this,
The value of that Heritage and Stabilization Fund was around $18 billion, TT. 18 billion in 2010. Huh? When we left, brothers and sisters, in 2015, September more or less, that value had gone from $18 billion to almost $36 billion. We added that. That is what we put, and we have all the deposits here that I can read out to you. But you know what is instructive? We left them with $36 billion in 2010, but the data showed we left them with that. And when we, today at 2024, we don't have 25, of course, at 2024, brothers and sisters, they have reduced the value of that by almost $5 billion. And more than that, we have the data here now. During the period we were in office, we never once dipped our hand in the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. We never touch it. In fact, I was in cabinet for 5 years. We didn't even know how to take money from that because it was never in our mind. We didn't know how. When they came into power, brothers and sisters, they took out 375 million US, 252 million US, a billion US, 892 billion US. They kept taking out. So they depleted the treasury. They run down the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. And that brings me to my point I will make tonight. One point. Brothers and sisters, they are so busy draining the treasury, running down the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. Do you know now, I have in my hand 2 cabinet minutes, notes as we say. One is dated March 20th, 2025. One is dated, oh yes, the same March 20th, 2025. I have 2 now. Same date, March 20th is almost a month ago. They went to cabinet and approved award of a mandate to First Citizens Bank to arrange and fully underwrite a fixed rate loan on behalf of NIDCO to fund infrastructure projects. That is to pay for the mosquito crack. They went and borrowed less than a month ago, so they borrowed $250 million from FCB. Now on the same day, apparently that wasn't enough. The 250 wasn't enough, Saddam. Man, they top it up for that. They're going to Scotia Bank now, award of a mandate to Scotia Trinidad and Tobago Limited. That Scotia does sound familiar. There's some global finance group or something associated with Scotia and linked to Stuart Young. Is it correct? I think that's a matter of fact. That is correct. So Scotia Bank is awarded now another loan facility for the tune, not to NIPDEC this time, to finance NIPDEC to finance infrastructure. So everything is to finance infrastructure. What infrastructure are you going to build in 2 weeks? And this second loan is to the tune of $250 million. They have taken $500 million. You know what they're doing here? They run down the treasury. The treasury have no money. They are now borrowing money to thief money. They are borrowing money to thief it because they have money in the treasury. The treasury has cobweb. So now they borrowed. I am asking tonight the government of Trinidad and Tobago, where did the $500 million go? Where did the $500 million go that they borrowed 3 weeks ago? In whose pocket? Which contractor? Stuart Young today was opening one, I think, 1 yard of highway somewhere. And he said that this was corruption free and so on. Always, that is what they're singing now about corruption and things. In the 5 years of the People's Partnership Administration, led by the Honorable Kamla Prasad-Bissessar, we can now confirm 10 years later, not one minister has ever been charged, arrested, or convicted of any offense in the pursuit of their government duties under the partnership. Not one. 10 years later. So brothers and sisters, don't accept the foolishness that they come with. Don't accept it. And you know that land for the highway that they're boasting about today? Look, There's a next cabinet. I don't know how we just end up with so much cabinet minute. And it is an anticipation, I think. April 17, 2025. What did I just the other day? April 17, 2025. Cabinet note where they are now going to acquire the land for the highway which they claim to open today. So they don't have the land, but they're busy cutting ribbon. I told you before, they're cutting ribbon to open the central block. It have no hospital there. They're cutting ribbon to open a unit in San Fernando. They borrow furniture and bed and curtain and things from a next hospital. If you open a pillow pot, they will come and cut the ribbon to open the pillow pot. That's where they have reached. They are desperate to fool you, brothers and sisters. They are desperate. So I believe our time is going. But I will end by telling you that the UNC is on the ascendancy. Wherever you go in the country, believe it or not, the children are singing, when the UNC wins, everybody wins. That's the children. I understand. Brothers and sisters, I understand in the Caribbean as a whole, there are people in the roadway, in the car parks, all over the Caribbean, and the only song they know is, when the UNC wins, everybody wins. We are on the verge of a historic victory, and our leader has brought us to this historic point by her determination, by her commitment, by her sacrifice, and by her visionary leadership. And no one must deny the UNC the right to form the government tonight. I say to Her Excellency Christine Kangaloo, I say to you tonight, on Monday night, do not go to sleep early. Wake, because you will have to act on Monday night. And don't tell us you went to sleep early and you didn't hear the result. You will have to act, and it will be a matter of hours before they call upon Kamla Prasad Bisesa to raise her right hand and hold the holy book and take an oath as Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Long live the United National Congress. Long live our struggle for equality, justice, and unity. I love you all.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
You must always trust your leader. Your leader understands politics of Trinidad and Tobago better than each and every one of us. She has experience, brain, and the testicular fortitude to stand and fight. You must trust and believe in your leader. And let me tell you why. We are all united now under the leader. But for the last 2 years and 8 months, there were people inside who were claiming to be United National Congress members, members of parliament, who were actively trying to mash up the UNC, trying to bring down our leader. They pretended that they were UNC, and now I see a picture. The last Judas has gone to the red team. Dinesh Rambali is in a PNM meeting right now. I say to all of them, good riddance, goodbye, and off to the PNM in opposition as Kamla Prasad Bisesa, who beat you, who fought you, shall be the next Prime Minister with all of the country supporting her. I now bring my co-chair to begin the introduction of the next speaker.
Woo! Listen! This is energy, Trinidad and Tobago shaking. I love it. From woman to woman, my honorable political leader, Ms. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, SC. I am so so much honor to be a part of the UNC family, and it really shake me a bit to see the strength that you have, the amount of men coming on your back, literally, and you standing and fighting and shaking them off. This is what leadership is about. It is not just talk, but you talk and you do the work, you do the walk. And this is something that each woman in Trinidad and Tobago should look at. Thank you for being the leader of United National Congress. Welcome, everyone, to the seat.
So the next speaker, a mother, a grandmother, a wife, a brilliant lawyer, senior counsel, the first Attorney General female of Trinidad and Tobago, the first woman to lead a major political party, the first female Prime Minister. Welcome, Kamala Mason, please come down.
Everybody wins. When you see wins, everybody wins. Everybody wins. Vote for peace, vote for love, vote for hope, vote for change. When you see wins, everybody wins.
Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you all. What a wonderful MORUGA TABLELAND welcome. Up to the winning candidate for MORUGA TABLELAND, Michelle Benjamin. I thank our two persons who were chairing this evening. Powerful woman, Brenda John, give us a round of applause. Powerful, Anna Roberts, thank you so much. In our midst, many distinguished persons, so let us acknowledge everyone here and thank the speakers who came before me. Please give them a round of applause. And to you, UNC friends and family, I say good evening. But I can't hear. UNC friends and family, good evening. Good evening. And you're telling me, well, Kamala, it is nighttime. But I was taught, I know John will tell you, Roger Gaspard will tell you, I taught them English at the university in St. Augustine before I switched to law. I probably even taught Dr. Bodo as well. And English tells us when you arrive, good evening. And when you're leaving, you say, good night. So now, UNC family, friends, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I want to say, Mr. Roger, on my way here, I had the radio on, and I heard Kevin Ramnarine, former Minister of Energy, sharing some data from the CSO for us to know what you experienced, your workers experienced. And this is it. The latest CSO data says there are about 8,000 persons employed in the energy sector. Left office in 20, there were over 22,000 persons employed in the energy sector. 22,000 persons. They decimated that sector, and where have those workers gone? And that is why We stand with you, WTU, to pledge to you we will do all that we can to reopen the Petrogen refinery. To reopen down in Santa Flora, turned into a ghost town. Where all these people, how are they living? And they want to come to talk to you about hampers. When they took away the wherewithals, the wealth, the income of workers to be able to buy their own food. What will you do when you come on election day in MORUGA TABLELAND? I hear they have a whole room full up of hampers. Hampers, look, take the hamper. Take the hamper and come out and vote for Michelle Benjamin in MORUGA TABLELAND. Take it. It's your money in any case they're using. Rudy told you about the 500 million just now. It's your money. Your money they're using to come to bribe voters on election day and going around the whole country and telling people we have black van and what color van. They know exactly what they do. Gypsies always tell you thief know what thief does do. So tonight, I feel the love here in this room, and I'll tell you there are more people outside than there are people inside the room. So give yourselves a round of applause. And I can feel the love. It is the gift of love that gives energy to us. On my hand, I have a friendship bracelet I got as a birthday gift from a little girl, and her name is Sushila. From a little girl, Sushila, I say it's special, and she asked me to wear it with love, a gift of love. Gifts are given as a sign of love and affection. They're gifts between ordinary, everyday people who just want to get along in love and happiness while making things work. Making things work. But beyond the gift of things, there's a gift of support. There is the gift of support. A smile, a little hug from time to time, a high five. Let's take a high five together. High five. Supportive words, you know, the gift of friendship and the gift of love. These are also gifts we all remember and cherish. Dr. Greg is not with me tonight. I know he's missing out. But, well, I didn't tell him I would say this, but I've had tremendous love and support from my husband, from my family. And he couldn't be here tonight because you called, we were going to Granby, and a car rammed into the side of our car, and he got something called whiplash. So he said, Kamala, I'm there with love and support, but I don't want to walk because I can't lift the head totally upright. So Greg, get well soon. We love you very much, and thank you for all the support you have given to me throughout the years. The gift of love. There are also gifts we cherish and remember. My source of strength is the incredible gift of love that so many of you have shown to me and to our party over the last 10 years. What truly inspires me is that many of you have suffered under this oppressive, wicked government. And in fact, found the courage and strength to come out and support me and to support our great party. In spite of the beating, the battering, the bruising, the pain and punishment of this PNM government, we have held together. You have held together. We have held strong and resilient together. So this gift of love we have for each other is being felt by everybody. And the propaganda of our opponents, their propaganda machine, They cannot understand or perceive it because they live constantly in hate and anger. When you hear them speak, they speak out of hate, anger, and vindictiveness. And on top of that is lies and more lies. They don't know how to respond. It is sending the PNM, eater food financiers. They're going insane. They're going crazy. They're going crazy. That insanity has caused them to forget. The PNM forgot that they closed down Petrotrin. Gone to Tulbe, I think is the word. Standing on a platform and saying the PNM never closed down Petrotrin. They cut laptops. They said they didn't cut laptops and they're promising you laptop now, 10 years. They cut textbooks. They cut scholarships. They cut school transport. They attempted to cut your pension, the senior grant. Just recently, we found them out and we exposed them. They also forgot that they were increasing water and electricity rates, that they were going to implement property taxes, that they were raising fuel prices, and they did it not once, not twice. They raised fuel prices, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times. They raised fuel prices 6 times in this country. 6 times. And the minister said, they ain't riot yet. Well, Minister, on Monday, we will riot with our voting fingers and vote you out of office. We will vote you out. Vote you out. They also forgot when they raised fuel prices and the other things they did, all the online taxes, taxes on food coming in, they forgot that they caused the cost of living to also skyrocket. Some days I wonder which party the PNM candidates are campaigning for. Listening to them, you would swear that they were not in the government for the past 10 years. The candidates are actually highlighting their own party's negligence on the campaign trail. Man going up in Komoto Manzalan, someone he talking about how the road so bad and the school so bad, and who was there in government for 10 years? And although we are feeling the powerful currents of love, although we want to give back the gifts of kindness, peace, and safety to our country, although we want to bring back prosperous, winning lives to our citizens, we cannot be complacent on election day. We cannot be complacent. We must keep our faith because we want everybody to win again. We are completely fed up with this government, with their fake elite financiers, with the bleeding and bleeding of citizens. And now, let us change that on Monday, the 28th April. No more should you be going to work every day fearing that you're going to lose your job. No more should be going to work fearing that you could be murdered. There could be violent crime. No more loss of property. And you know, remember something? No more going to work and fearing that somebody might be invading your home, your family. No more loss of your property. No more loss of your vehicle to theft. And then still have to pay your loan on that vehicle. Last night, one of our persons who is helping us do a program called Suits Up, he was robbed at gunpoint in Diego Martin. Young man, brilliant, robbed at gunpoint in Diego Martin. No more of that. We will work together to bring down the crime. We must work together to bring down the crime. There must be no more loss of your voice. No more loss of your rights, of your privileges. No more loss of health care. No more loss of your happiness and that of your family. It is time for you to live a winning life. When the UNC wins, we say everybody wins. This promise. When UNC wins, everybody wins. And I just told Michelle, I said, when the UNC wins? No, everybody wins, including the PNM wins too. I'll tell you why, Brenda said, I'll tell you why. They will get rid of the anointed, selected Prime Minister Stewart for once and for all. So that will make some of them very happy, I'm sure. So when UNC wins, as I say, it's simply the truth. When I say everybody wins, I mean everybody. My role is to serve all people equally and fairly. And that is what I will do. And that is what I will do. And that is what our candidates will do. Because the people of our destined for greatness. My friends, in this constituency of MORUGA TABLELAND, you have a very important role to play, as in every other constituency. But you must do everything you can to ensure that Michelle is returned as the MP. You may say she has been there for years, but remember she was there as an opposition MP. And we want to make sure after the 28th, she'll be a government MP and be able to deliver services and goods to the people of the area. So if you want to blame anybody for the neglect for the past 5 years, you have to blame the PNM. Because it is the PNM that has neglected MORUGA TABLELAND as they've neglected every other constituency. Coming up here, I'm saying, which road is this? The thing was so bad, Papuri Road, the drivers told me, Papuri Road. That's not a road, that was a drain. Driving through it is like you're driving through a drain. And that has been the state of our country under this incompetent, wicked government. That is it, everywhere, everywhere. But some areas are more backward than others. And if you really look and think, the most backward areas in the country are those that were serviced by the PNM candidate MPs for the past 10 years. MORUGA TABLELAND is one, of course. Many others, PNM government ministers neglected their constituencies. So, look, while some parties call themselves great, okay, and they claim they shall prevail, we in the UNC know that true greatness is really in the citizens of our country. That is where the greatness lies. Jill and John talked about the ground. And what is the ground? You are the ground. We are the ground. And we must have boots on the ground on Monday. On Monday, boots on the ground. Bring out every single vote. Tell your mother. Tell your father. Because when UNC wins, everybody wins. The PNM are promising everything under the sun. After delivering nothing for 10 years. After neglecting everybody for 10 years. After 10 years of bullying and cry and mama guy, lie, cry and mama guy. That is a PNM. Lies, cries, and mama guy. According to Philip Watts, that ain't walking here tonight. That ain't walking tomorrow. And that ain't walking on election day. Not walking again. So they keep promising. We have already presented to you 7 Tonight we have 2 more, so make it 9. 9 of these manifestos. 1 wins, 1 reads. We have our Agriculture Development Manifesto. And we have our Youth Development Manifesto. Under the UNC, agriculture will no longer be the forgotten sector. It will become a cornerstone for our economic diversification, job creation, and food sovereignty, food security. We will transform agriculture into a high-value, tech-enabled, export-driven industry capable of feeding our people, of generating foreign exchange, creating sustainable jobs, protecting the environment. The current crisis, a nation at risk, over 85% of our food is imported. And our climate is such a great one. We have sun, sea, and sand. Sun, sea, and sand, all the tools, and we have land that we can use to develop the sector so that we can grow our own food. 85% of food is imported, costing us over $6 billion every year. $6 billion. Food insecurity looms because this government, as Monilal told you, drew down on the HSF and everything else. But just when they did that, they left us with only 7 to 14 days of supply in a crisis. They drew down our money, our forex in the HSF and elsewhere, where we had 11 months of import cover under my watch. We are down now to 7 to 14 days import cover. So food insecurity is a real threat to all of us. Our agriculture industries have been devastated by neglect, underinvestment, crime, and poor planning. Our 2025 targets as we go forward: 1, create 10,000 new jobs in this sector. 2, reduce the food import bill by $2 billion. Generate $1 billion in agriculture. Raise agriculture's contribution to GDP to 5%. And how will we do it? How will we do it? Notice nobody asked our opponents on the other side, the Red Party, how they're going to do it. How they're going to do it. I see the man even come, they're promising pension increase now. They say no tax on retirement benefits. I've been saying that weeks now. They are making it up as they go along. Making it up, they say, on the hoof and lying through their teeth. That's what they're doing. How will we do it? These are our key strategic pillars. 1, we must resolve historic injustices. What do I mean? Carney workers and cane farmers, all outstanding residential and agricultural land under the VSEP will be delivered when you put us into government. Severance, pensions, and the European Union cane farmer payments will be paid in full. Lands will be transferable, and justice will be restored. There are more, but I invite you to please go up on our website, on the UNC Facebook. You will find all these manifestos. As I said, we have 9 now, dealing with every sector that we want to grow and develop in our country. So please go up on the website. Time will not permit me to give all of them in one place tonight. So moving along. 2nd, I said resolving historic injustice. And we have to also consider what happened to the petrolhead workers historically with their medical plans and all the other benefits they were promised. 2nd, unlocking land for agricultural growth. These are the strategic pillars. This is how we can do it. 25,000 acres for agricultural parks, leased from former Carney lands. These fully serviced 100 plus acre parks will focus on high import substitution. 3, strengthening, land title, talking about unlocking land for agricultural growth. Land title reform. We will fast track the issuance of land deeds for farmers, enabling access to financing and long-term security. Third pillar, strengthening the infrastructure and water management. Strengthening infrastructure and water management. 4, boosting farmer security and incentives. 5, combating agricultural crime. We will set up a special agriculture court. There are plenty good lawyers in the UNC, as you know. One of them is here tonight. Give it up for Saddam. Thank you so much. And all the other lawyers at UNC, do you know, I will not give you the names. We have over 190 lawyers who have come forward to help us in this election. Voluntarily. Over 190 lawyers. We will station them in every constituency. Every constituency will be protected. The lawyers will be there. I'm asking all candidates, please work with the legal teams, especially for that election day. Share your data with them. Please share your data with the legal team. They're loyal and dedicated, and they know about charity as lawyers. So please share your election day machinery data with these teams. So I'm saying, back onto agriculture. We will set up a special agricultural court to handle theft cases swiftly with harsher penalties. Further, 5 pillars, strategic pillars, 5, combating agricultural crime. Pretty larceny, I know, is a serious matter, and that is why we are considering setting up this special court so you can deal with the matters swiftly. 6, modernizing farming and training. 7, reviving strategic agricultural industries. 8, export expansion and value-added agriculture. 4, dedicated facility to finance exporters of agricultural products. I met a gentleman, I think it was yesterday, and he tells me he's in the poultry business. And I say, okay, so whom do you sell to? He said he sells to some supermarkets. He sells to people who, restaurants and so on. He sells the poultry, the chickens and so on. He said, but he wants to get another plant because the demand is so great. He said, right now, Guyana can't supply enough chickens. Other countries right here in our region, because Guyana is booming. I heard someone speak tonight about us working with our CARICOM partners, Guyana and Suriname. Yes, we will, because they are booming. We were there once. We have the knowledge and the experience and expertise. We can work with them and they can work with us. So he says he wants to get a new plant, but no Forex. That could earn us, that will make us earn Forex. If he's given that facility to set up this new plant, then we export to Guyana, we export to Barbados, we export everywhere, and we get what? Foreign exchange. So we'll give Exim Bank export support with a dedicated facility to finance exporters of agricultural products. Strategic pillar 9, buy local, grow local campaign. Buy local, grow local campaign. Remember, when we were in government, we removed VAT. On 7,000 food items. We will do it again. Maybe 7 more, but we removed the VAT on these food items. We will do it, and we didn't bust the bank. We didn't run out like these fellas running every morning to a bank to get loans. We were able to do it with the budget that we had. And then, as I say, buy local, grow local, VAT removal. And I want to say tonight, we should consider removing VAT on locally produced meat, dairy, and agricultural goods. This way we can grow our own food and eat our own food and grow our economy, create jobs. We can do it. 10, pillar 10, global partnerships for local innovation. Global partnerships we create for local innovation here. 11, institutional reform. Streamline the ADB and NAMDEFCO to enhance access to finance and foreign markets. Digital agriculture land inventory to guide planning and ensure transparent land use. 37, strategy pillar 37. Streamline the ADB, NAMDEFCO, I said. Digital agricultural land inventory to guide planning and ensure transparent land use. Remember, a vote for the UNC is a vote for food security, is a vote for economic independence, is a vote for creating jobs, and it's a vote for national pride. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, youth development wins. Trinidad and Tobago, we face a youth emergency. Skills training programs have collapsed or become irrelevant to a modern economy. Graduates leave school or university, they have no job prospects. They're directionless and very disillusioned. Values and attitudes have eroded, replaced by a survivalist culture of instant gratification. Gangs have become the most accessible path to income and identity for too many. Criminal activity has exploded, and it is not the elderly breaking into homes or trafficking guns. It is our unattached, unsupportive, and untrained youth. This government, the present government, has abandoned an entire generation. We pledge, the UNC pledges to you, the UNC will not abandon our future generations. Key policy initiatives. We will have a national youth empowerment and transformation plan. We'll have youth skills and career training camps. We will have paid apprenticeship and internship guarantees. Apprenticeship, I remember when I was growing up, I was living down near to Tech, and they had a massive apprenticeship program. This is a training. Not everyone can go and do the 5 levels and the 3 levels and UE and blah, blah, blah. All that's great. But we need skills. In this modern world, we need skills in addition to academia. And so we will set up youth skills and career training camps. We will have paid apprenticeship and internship guarantees. National Life Skills and Values Program. National Youth Employment Initiative. YEI. National Youth Employment Initiative. Gangs out. Opportunities in Violent Disruption Program. We will put in place a violence disruption program. As I say, go up on the website. The details for all these headings are there in our manifesto on youth development. Youth zones and community innovation hubs. Strategic reforms for youth empowerment. Immediate actions, first 120 days. Career acceleration, graduate placement program. We will do a 5-year national youth development plan. Again, the details are in the manifesto. So transforming the youth landscape is very important to us. We are clear-eyed about the stakes. When a young man says, bandit is a real job, you know we are lost, and a generation is lost. We are clear-eyed, I say, about the stakes. We are not dealing with a crime problem. We are dealing with a crisis of opportunity and dignity. The UNC will disrupt the pipeline to gangs and replace it with a pathway to growth. We will work to ensure that a 16-year-old in Enterprise, in La Romaine, in Laventille, in Mayaro, or here in MORUGA TABLELAND, that they have more to hope for than a gun or a hustle. We must work for that. We will make sure that skilled, educated, and employed is more rewarding than being fed. And we will give young persons a chance to belong, to contribute, and to lead. I am very proud of the experienced persons on the team we are fielding in this election. But together with those experienced persons which we need, I have brought in so many young persons. I'm seeing them in front of me. Nicholas Morris in Mayaro, Barry Padarat up in Couva, Philip Watts up in Lakita Talparo, Dr. Narendra Rupnarayan right here in Naparima, Dr. Aina right here in Princess Tong, Saddam Hussein in Baratara San Juan, Michelle Benjamin in MORUGA TABLELAND. Because you see, I am not afraid of anyone. And the more talent we can bring, the better for us. We have the talented Dr. Experience Munilal, and the Roberts, Dr. Bolo. And now I have a strong man on my side, Ansel Roger, and all the workers, give them a round of applause, all OWT workers here tonight. PSA you mentioned, they are up tonight. There's a meeting taking place at Five Rivers in Lopino, and I believe Dr. Natalie Chaitan will win that seat up there too. We also have in St. Joseph the very talented Devish Maharaj, and next to him in Sunapuna, the most experienced Roger Alexander. And we could go on, but our team of candidates are ready, and they are ready, for Monday the 28th. They're ready. Toko Grandi with another lawyer, Wayne Sturge. Davadi O'Mara with Dominic Smith. Down here in the Southland, we have Ernesto from the OWT movement, and Clyde Elder also OWTU. UNC candidates have joined us. Bring home those seats. Let's all work together to bring home the seats. And tonight, if I left out a name, it's Shogunas East, Vandana Mohit, Shogunas West, Nilgosai. Everywhere. Up on the Northwest, we have the PEP has joined us, the COP has joined us, and the Love Movement. We bring them in as well. We bring them in. The House of the Rising Sun has many rooms, and there's a space and a place for everyone. Bring home San Fernando West with Dr. Dowlat. San Fernando East with Macamillion. In Pointe-à-Pierre, Hanson. In Tabaquite, Sean Sobers. Up in Caroni, two Caronis. One is Dr. Rishi, and the other Caroni is David Lee. David Lee. There's a space and a place for everyone in the UNC. Everyone. And don't forget, up in Couva North, we have the powerful Jaren John. I ask you again to go and read that manifesto for youth. And I give you this commitment tonight. With the UNC, we will create a new national promise that no youth will be left behind. No talent will go undeveloped. We will work with you all. For first-time voters, as I close, I have a special word for you, the young ones. first-time voters. I take a moment to speak directly to the first-time voters tonight, especially our young people who have been between 8 and 12 years old when this government came into office and who are now of age to vote. What you see happening today with all this hardship, out of control crime, home invasions, murders, joblessness, hopelessness, is not how TNT used to be. There is a big difference between the UNC and the other parties, especially the PNM. The UNC serves the people when the UNC is in government. However, when these guys are in government, the people end up serving the PNM's fake elite party financiers. Let me repeat that. There is a big difference between UNC and any other party, especially the PNM. The UNC serves the people when the UNC is in government. When the PNM is in government, the people end up serving the PNM's fake elite party financiers. I know the successful communication is not just about listing all the endless failures of the PNM. That's not what it's all about. The ANC must remain clear about how you as a voter will win with the UNC and have your best life. That is why our campaign has been very positive, full of plans, policies, and ideas. Our team knows this is a noisy time. Great ideas may be lost. So what they did was to figure out the most way to share with you what matters most. Our plans, we created overwhelmingly successful manifestos. They're so easy to read. Even a child can read and see them. So share it, please, with those. They are well designed to be short, easy to read, and for you to understand. And with completely workable wins. Hundreds of thousands of people all over our country are reading and are hooked on with our manifestos, which put together creates a manifesto. It was not by accident. It was because we listened to you for 10 years, so we know what you want. We know what you need. Every year, we undertook nationwide consultations. You remember that? Every year, nationwide consultations, weekly meetings, following our great party's founding principles and tenets. To be the people's voice, faithfully represent your interests and needs. And so we have a legacy of caring. Everything we do, it must always have a positive, direct, and tangible effect on the lives of everyday citizens. We work to make lives better. We work to make lives better, I say. And when our people, our citizens, whichever part of the country you come from, regardless of creed or race, we work to make your lives better. You're experiencing hardship, we know that. We want to know and help. Real people know the truth about what's happening in the country. They live it, they feel it. Unfortunately, Stuart Young and his daddy's financiers and financiers, they live in a bubble. They don't know what it's like for most people in our country. They don't know. Have they ever listened to you? Have they ever listened to people in their own constituencies? Have they ever listened to how their negligent, oppressive policies affect everyone? No. Have they listened to your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations, your ideas? The answer is no, no. I can confidently say that the PNM has never listened to you. That is why our country has gone backwards in every. That's the only growing rate we have. Everything else is down. Unlike the PNM, what do you say, forever forward, never backward. Forever forward, never backward. Forever forward. So we have always maintained we will not leave anyone behind. Through us, You will always have a voice. Every day you have been burdened. Government and ministers are effecting death, as Steve tells me, by 1,000 cuts. In this country, death by 1,000 cuts. They add an ounce of burden, then they add an ounce of pain, then another ounce of horror, and they repeat again, burden, pain, horror, death by 1,000 cuts. They do this over and over again to the population until people have learned to be helpless and hopeless, till people are timid and terrorized, till they are crippled and paralyzed. Never once did this government ask people how they felt about the cost of living. They never asked you how your wage freezes, lockdowns, forex restrictions, social services cuts, other oppressive measures have affected workers, fathers, mothers, children, everyone, every household, young people, the elderly, the retired, and the disabled. Everyone has suffered under this government. After $530 billion, $500 billion spent, this is the legacy of the government. I tell you tonight, PNM, people never matter. That's what PNM means. People never matter for them. That's not so nice. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. So, what do we do? What do we do? Place your first vote for the UNC. Place your first vote to the rising sun. Place the first vote for you and your family. Because when the UNC wins, everybody wins. Everybody wins. We are on the cusp of one of the most momentous elections in our beloved country's history. What you decide on Monday in the voting booth will determine your future and the future of your families for generations to come. We have the plans, we have the initiatives, we have the solutions, we have the purpose, we have the vision, and it is our mission to ensure that you live a better quality of life when the UNC wins. I have served you previously as Prime Minister. I have demonstrated the compassion, the courage, and competent leadership that saw TNT experience some of its best years. With the largest inputs into our nation's foreign reserves, Dr. Munira spoke about it, largest inputs into foreign reserves, which unfortunately raided, how many times, Rudy? About 6 times. Yeah, 6 times they raided it, depleted it to the lowest level under this current PNM administration. TNT was seeing the light on curbing crime with initiatives, innovative initiatives, and courageous decisions. Unemployment was at its lowest during my administration. There was a surge of investor confidence under my leadership. More schools were built, more hospitals were built and modernized. So without a shadow of a doubt, my compassionate, competent leadership together with my team improve you and TNT in every sense. This is in contrast to the couldn't care less, arrogant, bullying, self-serving, negligent, abrasive behavior of the wrong, young and Rowley tag team. Don't forget that, you know. They were a tag team, you know. The man say, he is not Rowley 2.0. Well, what are you? What are you? You're a creation of him. He made you the Prime Minister of this country by illegal means, broke the law to place you in place, and now you're disowning man and say you're not. Ingratitude is the worst. It is the worst. So we start from day one. A new administration under my leadership will open new opportunities, implement innovative, urgently needed solutions to address our nation's needs. We start from day one As bad as things are, we can turn them around once we have a competent team and a caring leader whose heart is in the right place. Ask yourselves this question. If you want someone to look after the welfare of yourself and your children, would you place that welfare in the hands of the bully Stuart Young? Would you place your future and that of your children in the hands of the bully Stuart Young? Would you place your futures and that of your children in my hands with all humility? Your answer must be, it is Kamla. Your answer must be, you will place our future and that of our country and our families in the hands of Kamla and the UNC team and our coalition partners. And under our tent, there is room for everyone. I don't care what party you supported, who you are, where you came from. There's a place and a space for everyone, as we promised throughout this campaign. When UNC wins, everybody wins. Go out and vote for the end of this wicked Stuart Young regime. Chapter, I love Rudy's words. We don't want a new chapter. We want to close the book and say goodbye. Close this wicked chapter on this decade of destruction that you have endured. May God guide and bless you always and forever keep you safe. I close as I always do. You have had leaders before me. You will have leaders after me, but you will never ever have a leader who loves you as much as I do. So let's take a high five for that. God bless you all. God bless you. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, everybody wins. God bless you. I thank you all.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins.
Wait. Honorable, hold on, fellas. Honorable Prime Minister, I received about 57 WhatsApp messages from people from all over Trinidad and Tobago. The people want safety. The people want security. The people want education. The people want opportunity. The people want foreign exchange. And I send back a message to all of them to say, the people want Kamla! DJ!
Oh, look at up. Just imagine. They feel them on fire. Social on fire. The government on fire. The people want Kamla. The people want. I want the body clap down. Oh, look at up. Just imagine. The feel them on fire. Social on fire. The government on fire. The people want. The people want. The people want. The people want Kamla. Who the people want Kamla? Who the people want Kamla? 10 years now the people suffering, raising tax and raising everything. Now it's time to vote them out. Yeah! Everybody wave your hand. Wave your hand. The people want. The people want Kamla. The people want Kamla. The people want Kamla. Raise your hand if you're voting for Kamla. Raise your hand if you're voting for Kamla. Raise your hand if you're voting for Kamla. The people want. The people want. The warrior want Kamla, Fernando want Kamla. First thing, election morning, go and vote for the UNC, even if the rain falling. Go and vote for the rising sun, even if everybody put your hand in the air. 1, 2, 3, go! Go and vote for Kamla. 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 Go and vote. The people want Kamla. The people want Kamla. The people want Kamla. See them on fire. Social on fire. The government on fire. The people want Kamla. The people want Kamla. The people want Kamla. The people want Kamla. Who the people want Kamla? Who the people want Kamla? You ain't doing everybody when they go to a better living. It's what they do. Who the people want? The people want. The people want. The
The people want. The people want. Everybody wave some. The people want Kamla. The Puna want Kamla. The Varia want Kamla. Afanado want Kamla. First thing, election morning, go and vote for the UNC, even if they're falling. Go and vote for the rising sun, even if they're all who voted for Miss Benjamin put it to one in the for a right. All who voted for the UNC put your 2 on India, one of them straight. All who said Kamala be Sessa for the next Prime Minister, put your 2 on India straight. And all who say it's not one term, we taking 5 terms, put your 2 on India, one of them straight. All you know, when I come, I don't come alone. I have a guest. Yes, I have a guest. I bring my sister on stage. I ain't leaving. I go stay and take a little dance with her because you know I love her real bad. Somebody, I would like you all to welcome Jupati. Jupati. Woo!
This is like UNC job. Man, anything now. When UNC win, everybody win. When UNC win, everybody win. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. When the vote in the ground, put the hands by the sun. And when the results start to come, we go pick them one by one. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. Everybody win. When UNC win, everybody win. We beating them in the east. We beating them down in south. We beating them in central. We beating them all around. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. When UNC win, everybody win. When UNC win, everybody win. I'm on that illusion. The rest can't follow. That's the woman with the gun. She got the decision. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. When UNC win, everybody win. When UNC win, everybody win. She go and see for the dance. Bring the refinery back. Bring my love to children. And you want to somewhere. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. Vote for Kamala, Visesa. When you win, you win. Everybody win. When you win, you win. Everybody win. Don't you run about? Everybody win. We're not getting full. Everybody win. Children like fun. Everybody win. Everybody win. Bring my baby grand. Everybody win. This is John. Somebody say UNC John.
Make some trumpety, Laguna, and bring it to the stage. Our own Squeezy and DT. Squeezy. Yo. Hold your DJ, hold your hand, DJ, hold your hand. I'd like to say a special good night to the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. If all you believe come, like the next Prime, all you make some noise. You win? Louder! When you win, you win? Well, before we say anything, tonight is my brother Squeezy Rankin birthday. So I want everybody to wish him a happy birthday from Memphis. 1, 2, 3. Oh, God, my brother, I love you. More life, more happiness, more everything. All right, let me go.
No. Working? Squeezy has been with us for as long as I can remember. So I take great pleasure in wishing you all God's blessings for your birthday. Happy birthday to Squeezy. Thank you.
Well, all right. Let me do this now. Everybody! Hold on. From the far right, Khadija, you don't know Augustine, that's the scene. Can't forget the man Barry Pararat. Don't cool, but know he gone with that. Man like Nicholas Morrison, don't me arrow. Everybody don't know he taking it. So, you don't know that I'm talking the truth when I tell you about the lion from Dung or a Pooch. Yeah? So we're going down now. Can't forget Mr. Lakram Bodowa, my brethren from Naparima. Can't pronounce his name because it's long, brother. This man from up by me. Philip what's inside the party. He's going to take down Talparo, and everybody don't know that the episode, the princess. You don't know. This is the lady. She's going with the dress. Princess Tom, that is the lady own, and you don't know already. Now we're there in his own. Man like Saddam in Barataria and Sir Roger, you know, you're all over. But now we're down here in Tableland. Now we're down here in MORUGA land. I have to big up this woman. I wish you name Michelle Benjamin. When you went, you went. Everybody. Run it! Run it! Everybody! When you went, you went. Everybody win. Everybody's a winner. When you went, you win. Trinidad wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Put your X next to the rising sun. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend. Now it's the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your brother. It's time to decide. If you want leaders who can build, place your X by the rising sun. If you want leaders who can lead properly, place your X by the rising sun. When you win, you win. Everybody wins. When you win, you win. Trinidad wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. It's only a ship under the policy. The UNC come here to save the day. So remember when the election comes, let's take by the rising sun. Because I win for UNC. Yes, I win for the election day. Vote UNC. One love, one team. One hope, one dream. On the election day, vote one love, one team. One hope, one dream. When you and see when everybody When you and see when Trinidad wins, everybody wins. Everybody wins. Everybody's for love. When you and see when everybody wins. When you and see when Trinidad wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. On election day, vote UNC. And give a round of applause. And I wanted to give a round of applause for the next Miss Kamala Prasad. When UNC win, we moving on smoothly. Make some noise. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Squeezy and another brother from the UNC family. Former councillor, our boy, Duvraj, person.
UNC family, make some noise. DNC, you want back the best prime minister. Come down to Sandy Center. Vote, UNC.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Vibrant, 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 of course. All kind of people coming out of the hole. All kind of people coming out of the hole. Yeah? Vibrant, vibrant, vibrant. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, Tommy, we're going to just leave them to the side. So, folks, in the next half hour, we want to take your calls. Take your calls. Call us. 973-868-1444. 973-868-1444.
Also 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509.
Yeah, I mean, what could you say to me? What can you say? I mean, you know, the thing.
Well, when the party these things, it will be all over. But I feel very good about the way things are shaping up.
Yeah, yeah, the thing turn up. It turn up. And then we have Friday, we have Saturday. Saturday is Arangua Savannah. You know what I mean? So we good to go. Let me stop that there. You know, and folks, don't forget do your civic duty. Yeah, we cannot take no chances. Because there's all kind of thing going on, you know. All kind of simidimi going on. You know, I mean.
And the competitor is very desperate.
Yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact, let me show you all. Hey, you know, I did an editorial, Tommy. Let me give you all this editorial real quick here.
Run it.
Let me get this editorial. This is yeah, what going on in Tobago? They're trying to thief the election in Tobago too. They ain't easy. Let me go here. Hold on, folks. I want to show you all something, eh? I tell you, you can't put nothing past these people, you know. All right, look. Tommy, look at, oh God, look. He sent 2 voice. He couldn't wait. He sent 2 voice notes, you know, back to back, you know, Tommy.
Can you imagine?
Let me see what this here.
Skip that, God. Skip that. That is not a human voice. Next.
I don't know, boy. Tell me that fella. Something wrong with that fella, you know. I feel he don't take I feel sometimes he doesn't take his medicine.
You got issues.
Not